All beautiful things come to an end, for the most part. And unfortunately, I'll have to say that is my time here in Hawaii. People around the world, Pacific Islanders especially, but most importantly, Kanaka Maoli, Hawaiians, this is for you. This video I've been dreading for quite some time and is very bittersweet. For a while, I've been trying to figure out what my next step is as far as prior to travel. And it was an overwhelming decision to have to leave the islands. It's definitely an emotional decision that I haven't really come to terms with up until within the past few weeks. Although the decision to leave was made about a couple of months ago, it's pretty definite. In about 3 months, end of August, I will be leaving the islands, relinquishing my rent, relinquishing myself as a resident here in Hawaii for a couple of reasons. The first reason is quite obvious. Because I'm about to traverse the Pacific Islands. It's quite obvious that Hawaii is not a cheap place to live. And to be honest, without any shame, I do live paycheck to paycheck here. And because I barely can afford this trip in itself, there's no way for me to afford living here and go on this trip. I don't have any family here. I have a number of friends here who I would never ask to watch my stuff while I'm gone, especially for that long. This trip is not your ordinary trip. It's quite expensive, which means I do have to cut a lot of corners in where my spending goes. Believe me, I've been bummed out about this, and I mean, I'm definitely sad. That's just the reality here. Making the decision to leave was definitely difficult, and it still is, and it's going to be very emotional, but I have to do it. The second reason is possibly the most impactful and most positive way I can look at things despite having to leave, is that I'm ready. I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready for the next chapter of my travels and my content creation. And that's wholeheartedly gonna be this Pacific Island trip. Now, when I say ready, let's just take a step back. When I came to Hawaii the very first time, I came with an intention. And that intention was to learn from Hawaiians.
Be like, oh, would you like to come over to my house to eat? You'd be like, yeah, like, eat my house.
Even as innocent my travels were back then, where it was just two-dimensional travel and being somewhere and being happy, blah, blah, blah. But in the course of 6 years, there have been 2 instances where I have been grounded here in Hawaii, and has pushed me to dig deeper into cultural Hawaii. Whether it's through hula, language, and every other important aspect that makes up cultural Hawaii. And did I learn from Hawaiians? Absolutely. I can't put into words how much of a blessing this entire journey has been in Hawaii. So much so that I've learned from Hawaiians in a way that is allowing me to be more and readily prepared to go out not only just on this Pacific Island trip, but to go on multiple trips that involve culture, especially indigenous people. To walk into these spaces with respect, with aloha, grounded in pono, but also understanding protocol in everywhere I go as a respectful traveler. And alongside of that is me being a creator who I now have the tools to respectfully go into these places, document respectfully, to share and give back to communities. My time here has been beautiful and has been the greatest blessing, as I said, and is not something I could really share in just one short video, but is definitely something I will be able to acknowledge through storytelling and through visuals on this project I've been working on for a year. I like to call this project the single greatest acknowledgement to the single place and people who have taught me so much of everything I needed to know as a cultural traveler. Something that is gonna bring Hawaiians together, but also to show and educate the world that when you come to Hawaii, there's a lot to learn in a way that you don't change Hawaii, but you allow and open your mind for Hawaii to change you. And my God, that's what happened to me. And I hope I can provide the best example of that. Now, when I say I'm ready because despite being sad to leave the place that has changed me and has become wholeheartedly a huge part of me, it's not so much me leaving Hawaii. Despite physically being away from Hawaii, Hawaii will always be with me. As long as I stay true to those values and knowledge that I've learned, which I plan to, Hawaii will always be with me. These islands, its people, and its culture is so special. And the fact that I've had an open mind and circumstances have guided me in a way to be able to learn all that I have, to be able to give back to the community and also educate the outside world, that's just truly humbling. Again, as sad as I am and as tough as this is to come to the reality, and as time gets closer and closer to leave, I'm actually really happy and grateful for everything that I've learned here. A big reason why I wanted to update the Kanaka community is because, again, I've learned so much from all of you. It's only the right thing to not be in this journey by myself. One thing I've learned is that it's a kako thing. Hawaii is very much an important element to the rest of the Pacific in what this entire Oceania journey is titled, One Ocean, One People. Hawaiians very much play a vital role in this Pacific Island journey, and I can't wait to show just how. Yeah, I have about 2.5 more months before I leave. I'll be posting different TikToks and Reels and shorts on my departure and different things that are gonna happen until I go, which would lead me into the next step before I set off on this massive Oceania trip. So I just want to say mahalo nui kako to all the Hawaiians, from my kumu to language speakers to farmers, everybody who's taken the time to sit with me, to teach me, to help me learn and understand Hawaii in a way I couldn't have done so on my own. I'm definitely grateful to all of you, and as a creator who has documented a lot of this journey, I can't wait to give back to you. Because another intention I had in the beginning was trying to figure out how I can give back to the Hawaiian community. And man, I know exactly how. And I can't wait to share.